On the 11th of November this year, 3 elections will happen, governorship elections. They're off-cycle elections in Imo, in Bayelsa. Governors in those states are seeking re-election. But in Kogi State, it's a different thing entirely, because the governor there, Yaya Bello, of the AAPC, is not coming back because he would have spent two terms that is allowable under our laws. Now, there's been back and forth. I've had at least 2 governorship candidates in that state, that of the ADC and the SDP. And they point accusing fingers that the state government, the governor, is behind the violence in the state. They said that the state has been badly run, the government is not paying salaries. This is in fact beyond the governorship candidate, but the onus is on the state government to be able to come claim, explain to Nigerians, perhaps the governor, is Allah, or anybody working in that government to be able to come to the people of Kogi State and explain to them whether or not in the last 8 years that state had been badly or better run. Tonight we'll be getting some explanations, and we'll ask the government to come and explain to Nigerians the state of affairs in that state, and hopefully at some point, maybe before the end of the week or next week, we'll be getting the governorship candidate of the APC, the PDP, and the rest of them to come and give an account on an agenda and a manifesto for the people of Kogi State. Our focus tonight is the state of Kogi. And now I'm being joined by the Commissioner for Information, and he's also the spokesperson of the APC campaign organization, Kingsley Fanwo. He joins us virtually from Lokoja. Thank you so much, Kingsley, for joining us tonight. Give us an understanding. What worries the minds of a lot of people? Because of the violent activities that we've seen, yesterday on the program, the SDP candidate said unequivocally that the governor, your principal, is behind the violence, that the governor, Yaya Bello, is responsible and is a problem in terms of insecurity in Kogi State. How does your government react to this?
Thank you very much. As a matter of policy and a matter of class, we have decided that we will not be joining issues with the candidates of the SDP. You know, when you talk about the coming election, we know who the contenders are. We know those who are just cheering, violence, cheering, doing a lot of blackmail, name calling and all of that. That has been the stock in trade of the SDP since the beginning of this campaign. So we are not going to be concerning ourselves with the things he says. We need to look at the pedigree. We've had governors in the country. For instance, the present vice president was a successful banker before he became the governor of Borno State, and now he's doing very well as the vice president of the country. Come to Kogi State, Alhaji Yahya Bello was a successful civil servant, a successful businessman before he came into politics. When you talk about Muri Yakubu Ajaka, what antecedents are you talking about? What pedigree, what integrity, what capacity is he bringing to the table? The best he was being an errand boy at the APC National Secretariat. And then, before the present governor of Kogi State ensured and supported him to become the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, like people will say, there is nothing Musa will not see, forget. That is what is happening now. And every part of this state has competent people to be governor. The Igala Sab, the Okun Sab. Look at the candidate of the Accord Party, for instance, a world-renowned military personnel who excelled while being in the military. These are the best people that any nation, any state want to put forward. Not the kind of person that is becoming a rabble-rouser, just accusing people of so many things at the same time. As far as we are concerned, there is no violence in Kogi State. The election is going to be peaceful. The election is going to be free and fair. And we are ready. We have all it takes. You see, these people making these allegations, his campaign went to Kodun Karufi, and someone died. Someone was murdered. Up till today, they've not gone to see the family because it is not their business. They only went there to kill a member of the opposition party. And then you can see that he is the only person complaining. You have seen the Accord Party candidates. I'm sure he will come on the show. Our candidates will also come on the show. None of them is complaining except this man. And then he is leveling allegations live unsubstantiated, indefensible allegations against reputable leaders of the state on national television. And you think we always come here to say, Muri has said this, Muri has said that. He is not in this contest, like I said. No antecedent, no credibility, no capacity. And then he said it live here that he did not submit his degree certificate because he cannot even defend it. So somebody that cannot defend it is challenging a candidate of the All Progressives Congress that went to one of the best schools in the country, and is also a certified accountant, a certified auditor, who are not be in this contest with Muri. We are not in this contest with him. He's out of the race. We know the people we are competing with. He is only raising issues so that he will be the talking point. We cannot make him popular. He cannot buy popularity from us.
Kingsley, you as a Commissioner for Information, and in your capacity, if you're speaking to the people of Kogi State, you're reacting to some of the issues raised as to the integrity of your own office and the office of your principal as the governor. If the governor has been accused to be behind violent activities in the state, you're speaking to the people of Kogi State. And so let's leave politics out. I'm talking about the issue of governance. And those, I mean, easily, it drew inference to what happened between your principal and Dino Melaye, for example, your principal and Natasha Akpoti, what happened in Kurumto Karafi, what happened to Khadija. All of these issues are issues back and forth that your party, your principal, has been drawn into. What is your principal's explanation to some of these violent activities that has happened?
One of the best crime fighters in the country today is Alhaji Yahya Bello. This has been testified to by military hierarchy, by the police chiefs, by security leaders in the country, that he is one of the best crime fighters in the country. He has won many awards to this effect. So if someone who is stoking violence is now the one coming to blackmail and commit a lot of defamatory offenses against the one of the best crime fighters in the country, then we as public would have to judge this. The governor is interested in the security of the state. If the state is in turmoil today, the person that will be affected most is the governor, because he's the chief security officer of the state. And he's doing everything with his security architecture, with his security programs and projects and policies to secure the state. Those that are causing violence in the state are doing so because they know they don't stand any chance in the coming election. I've said it over and over again. APC is the party to beat. We have the structure, we have the people, and their ethnic card is collapsing in their own faces. So the best thing and the only thing they can do is to start blackmailing and then portraying the governor as the problem. The people of the state, they know who the problem is. They know who cannot be trusted with the affairs of this state. They know the person that went to Kotonkarufi and a lady who was not armed was killed. And without conscience, they still come out to say the lady was bearing armed. They know all these things. And on November 11, they will make a choice. They know the person they don't want in Lugard House. And they know that it is Ododo that can continue with the policy and the security of the state. They will not want someone who is undermining the security of the state. I am sure you are aware that the police issued a statement condemning the SDP candidate for what happened in Kotonkarufi. And I'm also sure that in the last 24 hours, the police had also addressed a press conference tagging Muri a security threat in the state. The Commissioner of Police specifically said that he is undermining his authority to ensure security in the state. He had been invited and he refused to come. And he was telling Nigerians on your platform yesterday that he was not invited. He said yesterday that schools, primary schools have been shut down in the state. Primary schools are in session in the state. He said that local government have been shut down. Local government councils are going to war. It shows you something that all he's bringing to the table is to tell lies to the public so as to win public sympathy, so as to paint the governor as the violent one here when he's actually the violent one. He has no information about the state. He has no information about education in the state. He has no information about healthcare in the state. And he wants to come and govern the state. The people know better. Muri knows that he stands no chance. You know, you are talking about people of pedigree. Their third-party candidate rose to become the chief of naval staff of this country. The Abga candidate, Lona, is a very successful businessman. You have a lot of them with pedigree. He knows that he does not rank in this category. And the only thing he will do is to come and then, try to paint a scenario that he's the hunted, whereas he's not the hunted. Yeah. Our candidate is the most qualified. Professionally, he's the most competent professionally. Politically, he's the most prepared. Administratively, he has been in this administration for the past 7 years. So he understands how to fix things. He understands how to
just a moment, if I may throw this question in. Just a moment. Just a moment.
The present administration.
Just a moment. I'm very certain that if I wish you were on the program when the gentleman Muri was raising the issue, and I'm very certain that he probably will have his own counter to all of this. But let me ask you, if Dino Melaye and Natasha Akpoti, who had one thing or the other against the governor in terms of security, because I'm still on security now, and the questions that are being raised, and those who believe or feel that any voice of dissent in the state has been shut down or fought, how do you respond to this? Because not only the fact that these persons have come to the public to scream about what they have felt in the politics of the state when there are elections, but also when the opposition parties come forward and say that the governor, and they keep mentioning the name of the governor, and Ajaka here yesterday said they're after him because they know that he's a threat to a return of APC in the election of November 11.
Let me tell you this. Political contest attracts political attrition. There will be disagreements. But this disagreement should be based on issues that we are bringing to the table. The candidate should be able to come out and tell the world about their capacity to be able to take this stage forward. That is what is most important. Some of the people you have mentioned are comedians, and they should be in the guild of actors in Nigeria because they just do comedy. You could see then that someone who said he was being traced said he was on the tree for how many hours? How can you be on the tree for more than 24 hours? You know, they are actors. They are trying to play up a lot of things, a lot of sentiment to win public sympathy.
I'm very certain that there isn't anything wrong with being an actor because that's a profession, Mr. Fanwo. It might be offensive, Mr. Fanwo. It might be offensive when you make reference. Just a moment, Mr. Fanwo. It might be offensive when you make reference to other people's profession in that manner. It looks derogatory. I'm very certain that there's nothing wrong with being an actor, with being a comedian. That is how some people earn a living. So when you make such a reference, it looks like you are derogatory.
No.
And I like you not to go
let me correct this impression. I am not sounding derogatory. I am trying to fix A for where A belongs. Being an actor is a profession. It is a laudable one. It's a prestigious one. Being a comedian is a profession. But what I'm saying is that people that should be hired to come and perform during inauguration should not be aspiring to occupy Lugard House, where serious issues will be discussed, where policies will be determined, where programs that will affect millions of Kogites will be determined. We cannot leave this in the hands of people that are not administratively sound, people that are not politically ready, people who don't even understand the state they are coming to govern. That's what I'm trying to say.
So let's clear this also.
And comedians are people that I respect a lot, and I respect their profession too.
Let me ask you, the backlog of wages of workers in the state, when will it be cleared? How many months are left to be cleared?
I think it is not on this program that I brought out statistics to show that one, Kogi is one of the highest paid states in the country. At least we are the highest paid in the entire northern Nigeria, and one of the highest paid states in the country. That is one. Two, I want to challenge you to the fact that our permanent secretaries in the states, the difference between salary and some other states that I will not want to mention because of data integrity is over 200,000 naira. That is the difference. I also reeled out the different grade levels, which we would be forced to take out. Let me now ask you, which backlogs are they talking about? When Governor Yahaya Bello assumed office in January 2016, before he assumed office, he had a meeting with the NLC to avert a major strike in the state because they were being owed between 3 to 4 months' salaries by the previous administration. When he came, he has been able to clear all of these salaries. That is not even enough. We have employed more deserved, competent professionals into the civil service today than we met. And I'm telling you that we are in October. September salary had been paid before the end of September. Bring civil servants to this. I think that is the best way to go about this.
Mr. Fanwo, let me come
and talk about it.
Okay, let me be direct to you.
We have been able to clear all of that.
Just a
we are
moment.
not owing. We are
Let's clarify. Let's clarify.
And the number of months we've been in office.
Local government
and verify.
Are you aware that local government workers in Kogi State are being paid by percentage in Kogi State?
Mr. Shehu, we are approaching November 11, and our administration is not afraid of the truth. We are aware that they are taking percentages. Let me tell you, the spokesperson of the SDP that came on this program to complain about percentage salary payments was a local government chairman, and he paid percentages that are less than the percentage being paid today by the local government chairman in the state. Let me also correct this. The state government does not influence in any way what local government pay their staff. That is wrong. Secondly, what is coming into the local government is not grossly inadequate, not enough. What is happening in Kogi with this percentage is happening in virtually all the local government areas in Nigeria. You even have states where, from what in the past 6 months, they've not even been paid a dime as salaries. Go and verify all of this. So what they are paying, the percentage that they are being paid now is even higher than the percentage that we inherited. We inherited between 20 to 25%. Today, we are scaling 50%. The reason was created by some of these opposition parties when they were in power. They would just go to the neighborhood. Hey, what are you doing? I just left secondary school. Come and take appointment letters. That is why in my local government, where you have about 4 or 5 functional vehicles because of monetization policy, you have more than 23 drivers. How can any organization like that move forward? If you have a private company and you have 4 vehicles, Mr. Shiu, will you employ 23 staff? These are the facts, and the people know these facts. And that is why you can even see that the civil servants are now clamoring for the APC to continue. They don't want to go back to 20-25%. That is the reality.
Now, the question will be, if you met percentage payment of salary or payment of salaries of local government workers in percentage and in bits, and now 8 years down the line, they are still being paid percentage in bits, what anyone is concerned about is that the state is being controlled by your principal. It doesn't matter whether it is local government or not. It's under the control of your principal, and yet they're still being paid percentage. Does that mean that you are asking the people of the state to continue or to give your party the mandate again so that they can continue in like manner? Is that what you're saying?
The information I gave you was because I interacted with a number of local government chairmen. It is not our business as a state government to pay the staff of local government. Immediately the governor came, he made that very clear. They determine what they pay their civil servant based on what they get. And you also know that, see, those that are making these allegations, they know the truth. There are a lot of things that the local government will need to pay for: medical consumables, grading of, rehabilitation of rural roads and all of that. they have to still muster resources from the meager resources that is not even enough to pay salary to be able to do that. So to the local government workers, it is even a magic that an administration could scale 50% in the payment of salaries. Now, how were we able to move it from 20, 25%? How were those local government able to move it to 50%? It means that some financial engineering is ongoing there. Go and check our website and see the local government audit reports. We are rated as one of the best in the country. And coincidentally, luckily, and happily, it was this Ahmed Usman Ododo that was the auditor for local government administration.
All right, Kingsley, just for a moment, we are due for a break.
It means that in the next 2-3 years, we will be able to scale it even further until they are able to reach 100%. Right. That is very critical. They must know the truth. Right. The staff know the truth. It is the politicians that are trying to make politics out of it. The PDP that is complaining, Dino is complaining today that is coming to pay 100%. But he is in the PDP. The PDP was paying 20%. Why didn't he advise them to pay 100% that time? Is it even feasible? It is not possible. You can bring some of the former governors of the states to this thing. I could remember, I will not mention him, a former deputy governor invited me in 2015 for an advice on how this could be handled. And the advice I gave him is, call the civil servant, show them the papers. This is what is coming. Call the local government chairman, call the workers. Let them show the workers the papers of what is coming in and what is needed to pay salaries. And they will
Mr. Fanwo, we are due for a break. Just for a moment.
And brought some understanding.
Yeah, we are due for a break, Mr. Fanwo. When we come back, of course, we will conclude conversation on the state of the race in Kogi State and, of course, some of the allegations and controversies that have been raised against the governor, the government, and the APC. And we'll be getting some response to what Mr. Peter Obi said today. Stay with me, everyone. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on the program. I told you earlier that our major focus will be what Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate, said today at a press conference, putting up a challenge to President Bola Tinubu about his record and his identity. He said, introduce yourself to Nigerians. So we'll be hearing and getting response to what Mr. Peter Obi said today. And of course, the controversies ahead of the November 11 governorship election in Kogi State gets all talking, and we're getting some reactions from the state government. Kingsley Fanwo is the Commissioner for Information and the spokesperson of the APC campaign organization. He's been speaking with us virtually from Lokoja, our closing moment with him now. Let me ask you, there are controversies and those who said, oh, we've not seen your candidate. He's more of your governor speaking on behalf of your candidate. And there are those who are asking why. And there are those who are also saying allegations of nepotism. And the governor had peaked. In fact, Ajakan made that reference yesterday that there is a reason why Governor Yaya Bello was bent on making Ododo the governorship candidate. Can you clear the air that there are no ulterior motives about the alignment of Ododo and Yaya Bello and gunning for APC to return to power in Kogi State?
There are motives, but the motives are positive motives. They are progressive motives. And let me clear this. You know, they kept coming here to say Ododo is Yaya Bello's cousin. That is a blatant lie. It is not true. They are not even from the same political world. We need to clear this straight out. Secondly, they are not related in any way. You know, when you talk about blood relations, they are not related at all. Now, what we do in Kogi State from 2016 to now has been an issue of unity, people of capacity, capability of the person at the saddle. That is very key to us. Now, assuming they are even related, but not considering to that fact, George Bush Sr. was president of the United States, and his son also became the president of the United States. Nobody was talking about the fact that the son of the former president was the president. No, they were talking about what George Bush Jr. could do for America. Now, what we are talking about in Kogi State, Despite the fact that they are not related, you can say they are from the same local government, which is Okene local government. You know, it is about the capacity. It's about the competence. People from all over the state competed for the primary. And the delegates decided to fly with Ahmed Usman Ododo. Definitely they've seen something in him. Now, somebody that had been in the system for the past 7 years, who understood the system, who was part of what we call the citizen budgets of the administration. We don't just sit down to write budgets. What we do is to go around the state to find out what the people need and also assess these needs before coming up with our budget. He has been a part of all of this as a member of the finance team of the administration. And now, nobody is as qualified as he is right now in the race. Many people contest them from within the system, the Accountant General of the states, the Commissioner of Finance of the states, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, and many other people, including the current Deputy Governor of the state. So all of them, as far as I am concerned, are competent, they are experienced, they've been in the system to be able to take it forward and consolidate and continue the beautiful, robust policies, programs, and agenda of the administration. The delegates went for Ahmed Usman Ododo, and then he is on the ballot. As of today, nobody understands Kogi better than him among the candidates. And when you are talking about him not coming out to be on television all the time, as I'm talking to you, Ahmed Usman Ododo is in a village consulting, talking to people. He has adopted this method to talk to people regardless of their political parties. And that is already yielding fruit. I am just coming in from Kaba, where the leaders, Okun leaders, were invited by the paramount ruler of the Okun people, the Obaro of Kaba, to talk to the stakeholders, the political stakeholders, about the need to ensure that there is peace in the coming election. He was assured of peace by the stakeholders, but they went further to say that Okun cannot afford to be in the minority party. They cannot afford to be in the opposition party. That Okun have decided as a race, as a nation, as an ethnic group, to go with Ahmed Usman Ododo. So you can see that what he's doing is paid off. It's better than coming to television to come and say that, oh, Muri said this. What are you saying about it? That is not what we are saying. He's moving around. As he's consulting around, he's also looking at areas to be able to consolidate on the achievement of the present administration. The people that are not in the race, the people that are jittery, the fidgety people, are the ones that are running to television, even after killing souls, and be claiming that one is violent, the other one is not violent. But I can assure you, Sheil, our candidates will come to Channels Television. We will decide when he is less occupied, you know, with consultations, with talking directly with the electorate in Kogi State who will vote on November 11. We will decide that, and he will come on television. Some people said he cannot even speak English. He cannot face the camera. He cannot. But you listen to his speech at the flag of his campaign. He spoke from his heart. He was not holding any paper, and he spoke better than those people that are coming on the television to spew what I would not want to say as a professional. But let me assure you, he will come here and address Nigerians and address Kogi. He is competent. He has the capacity to do it. You have seen it during the flag off, and he will come here to do it. Kingsley Fowler, thank you so much indeed. Commissioner for Information in Kogi State and spokesperson of the Kogi APC campaign organization. Thank you so much for your time. You've got a right of reply, and that is done. Thank you so much indeed. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Sheil, for having me, and thank you, viewers around the world.